Hello and welcome, all sports takes. We got our week 9 predictions. Last week, John, you went 12 and 4, while I went 10 and 6, which puts our records at my record at 73 and 50, your record at 77 and 46. What are your thoughts on that?
Told you I'd win this year, so just keeping my promise. Have been losing all season, so I'm not really too nervous.
It's been pretty close, I do have to say.
It has been close. It has been close, I will say.
Thursday night football, Jets beats the Texans 21 to 13. I was so close to picking the Jets, but we ended up both choosing the Texans there.
Yeah, I was a little close, but stuck with the gut.
Yeah. Without further ado, let's just get straight into it. We got the Saints Panthers. Who do you got in this one?
I'm gonna take the Saints here. Derek Carr expected to come back, and even if they didn't have Derek Carr come back, I think I'd still pick the Saints here. So I have them winning 24-7.
Marshawn Lattimore is out.
Panthers have no receivers. They traded their only good receiver,
They do have Adam Thielen, and they do have
Xavier Legette. Yeah, I forgot about them. My fault. They're really good. They're really good. Yeah.
all right, bro. Okay, I got the Saints too. I think Alvin Kamara is just too much for the Panthers to handle, and Derek Carr being back, he's a pretty good QB, and when he's back, I think he'll lead this team to some points.
Hmm.
Next, we have the Commanders versus the Giants. I have a sneaky suspicion you might pick the Giants here. I'm gonna pick the Commanders. They got lucky. I'm gonna shout out my boy Cash. I hate the Bears. I'm gonna say it right now. Bears might be my least favorite team in the NFL, and it is the Bears fans' fault. I'm gonna say it right now. Every single Bears fan I've had an interaction with, either online, in person, really cocky. They think their team is good. Now, Bears fans, let's just look over. Who have you played this year? I'm just going on a rant. You're 4-3. You lost the Commanders. You beat the Jags. You beat the Panthers. You beat the injured Rams. You lost to the Colts. You lost to the Texans. You beat the Titans. The Bears have beaten no good teams, and they've lost to kind of crappy teams. I know that the Commanders got bailed out, but it was amazing to see. And so I had the Commanders winning this one 31 to 18.
Hmm. So I was kind of high on the Giants. I've kind of liked them this year. I think they had a really good team. I really like Malik Neighbors. The last time these two played, I think the Giants would have won, but their kicker got injured in the first quarter, so they had to go for two every single play and couldn't kick a field goal to win. So I think they should have won that first game. And the Commanders were still kind of like getting like to who they are. They were still building. Jane Downs was still like getting used to the NFL. But now I just don't really think the Giants have a chance. Like last pick, when I picked them last week, that was kind of like my final shot. I was like, I think they're gonna win, and if they don't win, I'm gonna stop picking them. So I got the Commanders winning here. Yeah, really lucky win for them last week though. Hey, just goes to show, do not taunt or do any of that before the game is over.
It is true. I am very glad that happened to the Bears, though.
Hey,
Next, we have the Bills versus the Dolphins. In this one, I think this might be my upset pick of the week.
mm,
I'm going to pick the Dolphins here, and I have a couple reasons. I thought the Dolphins looked pretty good last week against Cardinals, and I thought that the Bills looked good against the Seahawks. I will say that, but I just think that this is a must-win game for the Dolphins, and like the Jets, who just had a must-win game last night, who played a 6-2 team, I think that the Dolphins, who have a must-win game and play a 6-2 team, need to get it done here, and so they're going to get it done. Dolphins are going to win.
yeah, I don't hate the pick. Dolphins did look good last week. They played a good team in the Cards. I like the Cards. I think they're a good team. And the Bills keep going on the run. They've been looking really good these past couple of weeks, just getting better. Mark Cooper addition was one of the best additions they could have asked for this whole season. So I
True.
really like the Bills. I think this is sort of a trap game for the Bills, though. They always seem to go 1-1. But I'm gonna stick with my gut here. I'm gonna go with the Bills. I think they're a really solid team this year. I think they're a lot better than they were last year, and I think last year's Bills team is gonna lose this game. But I think this year's Bills team has something different too, and they're gonna pull out the win here, 28-20.
I'm going to just say if we've learned anything in the NFL the past couple of years, it's that the Bills are the exact same every single season. Everybody hypes them up in the beginning, and then they start choking in the regular season. Then they play good towards the playoffs, and oh, the Bills are going to make the Super Bowl, and then they lose. Chargers versus Browns. Who do you got in this one, John?
I'm gonna pick the Browns here. I really like the way Jameis Winston's playing. I know Andrew's smiling right now because I know he's not gonna pick the Browns, but hey, I got the Browns winning here. I think Jameis Winston is it looked really good. I want him to succeed. It's just if he doesn't throw a lot of interceptions, I can see him going like three touchdowns, three interceptions this game because he's just a gunslinger. He's going to sling that ball. But I really think this Browns team is a good team. I think Deshaun Watson was holding them back, so I'm gonna take the Browns here.
Now, this Browns team is solid, and I love Jameis Winston as a person and a QB. However, I think you just can't ignore this how good this Chargers defense is. They're a pretty darn good team. Their defense is amazing. Jim Harbaugh, wherever team he goes, they play a good defense. And although I do not like the Chargers that much, I don't necessarily trust it when division teams get upset. And that's just because I feel like division teams, you kind of know your opponent a little bit more. You know what I mean? And
Yeah,
so, I just don't think the Browns know the Chargers. The Chargers have a really good defense. If they shut down Jameis Winston, then they'll win this game. The run game's really good. And so, I like the Chargers winning this one for that reason.
mm,
Next, we got the Patriots versus the Titans. And for the first time in the NFL season this year, I'm going to go with the New England Patriots to win this one. I thought Drake May has been playing pretty well. Drake May is playing in this game, correct, John?
yeah, he's cleared to go.
He's cleared. They beat the Jets last week, got a pretty good showing. Even with Jacoby Brissett, their defense is good, and so I just think that Drake May will add the sauce needed to beat the Titans here, even if it's an away game.
Yeah, I just want to take a quick moment to apologize for my pick last week. I'm sorry for doubting Patriots, and that will never happen again. So I am picking the Patriots this week. Pretty easy pick for me. I don't think the Titans are very good. I really like Drake May. You know me. Already got my jersey. I pre-ordered it this season. I think he's our QB. I love the way he plays. I love his style. He reminds me of Joe Burrow. He really does. And that's why I
He
got him
likes
winning
to
here.
run.
Patriots on top.
Said he likes to run.
He does like to run. You see that 50-yard touchdown run? It's like I saw Joe Burrow running against the Giants.
Amen, brother. Cowboys versus the Falcons. Who do you got in this one, John? I think I know who you're gonna pick, but who do you got in this one?
I got the Cowboys winning this one. I think they finally get it back on track with the win here. Rough loss to the 49ers last week, but I think they come back. I think they get a well-deserved, well-needed win here against the Falcons. The Falcons, they've been up and down the past couple weeks. Rough loss to the Seahawks 2 weeks ago, and then a big win against the Bucks. But Bucks are missing two of their best players, so I don't really know what Falcons team could show up this week. Kirk Cousins could go for 500 yards, 4 touchdowns. He could also not play that well, throw a lot of interceptions. But I think the Cowboys are going to get a win here. I think CeeDee Lamb's going to ball out. He's been balling out, but I think it's finally going to transition into a win here for the Cowboys.
Yeah, I just don't see how the Cowboys lose this game. The Cowboys management,
Hmm.
there's a gun being threatened to shoot Dak Prescott in the head right now, and the Cowboys need to win this. This is a must-win game, and I'm all about choosing teams who have a must-win game. And so,
I can
I got
tell.
was in this one too. I just think I just don't know how you can pick against the Cowboys this week because the Falcons are way too inconsistent. I would not bet on this game if I was a better. Raiders versus the Bengals. I have the Bengals winning. We had a rough week last week against the Eagles. I honestly didn't expect that to happen. I really, really thought we were going to win that game. I don't know how Zach Taylor still has a job in the NFL. But with that being said, we're playing the Raiders, an underwhelming team at home, and it is a must-win game. Joe Burrow said we need to win 7 out of our next 9 games. This is how we started.
Yeah, I think the Bengals get an easy win here. I do think the Bengals are going to start to turn it around here. I'm not a Bengals fan, but I just think that they're going to be able to turn it around and hopefully, I don't know if they get 7 out of 9, but I think they'll go on a hot run and make a push for a wild card spot for sure.
Bo Nix is continuing to prove himself worthy. The Broncos are 5-3. He once again had an amazing game. 28 for 37, 300 yards, 3 touchdowns, and a rushing touchdown.
Against the Panthers, just want
It is
to.
against the Panthers, but it's still an amazing game, and you can't discredit him.
It's a good game.
However,
It's a
with
good
that
game.
being said, I think that they're playing probably the third best team in the NFL right now, in my opinion. In the Baltimore Ravens. Baltimore Ravens at home are really scary. Their defense is really good. Again, I don't really judge teams who lose divisional matchups. I think that this is a kind of different story. And so, for that reason, I'm going to pick the Baltimore Ravens to beat the Broncos here in Bo Nix. In a shootout, though. I don't think
Hmm.
it'll be Bo Nix's fault. Hopefully, it's not Bo Nix's fault. It's probably going to be Bo Nix's fault. But the Broncos are going to lose this one. I hope I'm wrong.
Yeah, I mean, got the Ravens here too. I just think the Ravens are too good, too outmanned for the Broncos. I see Lamar Jackson having a bounce back game, a lot of points, a lot of rushing yards. Derrick Henry, a good game. So I think the Ravens are just going to dominate the Broncos here.
Next, we have Chicago Bears versus the Arizona Cardinals. I hate the Chicago Bears. I'm picking the Cardinals here no matter what. Really don't like this team. I actually despise this team. Almost all of these players strike me as spoiled, kind of whiny. I don't like Caleb Williams at all. Us being from Utah, we can't really like Caleb Williams. Um, and the Cardinals played pretty decent last week, and they got that game-winning field goal against the Dolphins, so they're going to keep it here. They're going to win this one 20-18.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really have a hate for the Bears, you know. I don't, I really, they are hyped. I got one of my best friends at school is a big Bears fan, and sometimes it gets a little annoying to talk to him because he just glazes the Bears. But I feel where Andrew's coming from here. I've always liked the Cardinals all season, really James Conner, like Kyler Murray. They got done last week against the Dolphins. I knew it was going to happen, so I'm gonna pick them again here, 21-17. Close game, but they pulled out.
Amen. Jaguars versus Eagles. Eagles statement game against the Bengals. Nick Sirianni is back. Jalen Hurts is back. Although this could be a trap game, and I think that the Jaguars are increasing the level of their play, I think that I'm going to go with the Eagles here because it is in Philadelphia. I wouldn't be surprised if the Eagles choke it again, but I just think you're stupid if you're not going with the Eagles here.
Yeah, Jags have definitely improved since the first couple of weeks were not looking too good. After that Patriots game, I really think that helped them become a better team. But the Eagles, yeah, looked really good. So I'm gonna pick the Eagles here.
They have a hard schedule too. I kind of feel bad for Jags fans.
That's true.
Rams versus the Seahawks, John. Who do you got in this one?
I have to pick the Rams here. I really liked the Cooper Cup, Puka Nakua. They just looked really good. Puka Nakua is questionable right now, but I'm
They
pretty
have
sure he's
Cooper Cup,
good to
so it
go.
doesn't matter.
What?
They have Cooper Cup, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, same thing. So I'll be picking the Rams here. Seahawks, very again, beat the Falcons 2 weeks ago, lose to the Bills really badly. So I'm really not sure what team's going to show up. So yeah,
Next,
are you gonna make it?
I'm picking the Rams too. I thought that was obvious. I love the Rams. I love Cooper Cup, and I'm just so excited for this next matchup: Detroit Lions versus the Green Bay Packers.
Mm-hmm.
Heck of a matchup, John. In Lambeau Field, Jordan Love is back. Who do you got in this one?
I'm gonna have to stick with the best team in the NFL right now. I'm picking the Lions. That's what it is.
It's really tough for me. It is. It's a game time decision because I have the Lions written on my sheet right now, but those
Everybody pick them.
Packers, they just find a way when they're in Lambeau Field. They just find a way when they've played at home. They beat the Texans. They beat the Cardinals. The only team they've lost to is the Minnesota Vikings. I honestly don't know who to pick here, John. Now the Lions, they beat the Titans 52-14, but the Titans aren't amazing. I'm going to stick being safe, I think. I think being safe is smart. I don't want to go behind more off of stupid predictions, and so I'm going to pick the Lions here. But
Mm.
no, I was so close. I was really, really close. Colts, Vikings, Sunday Night Football. Interesting Sunday Night Football. I don't know who to pick here. It could go either way. It isn't playing in Minnesota though.
I mean, Joe Flacco was starting.
What do you got?
Vikings. I'm not scared. I think Joe Flacco's definitely a better quarterback than AR-15. But I mean, Anthony Richards is not bad. He just had a couple of bad weeks, and they just want more consistency at the quarterback position with Joe Flacco, who I think is still a really good QB in the NFL. Could definitely start on a couple of teams. But I'm going to pick the Vikings. Close game though, very close game.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm actually gonna pick the Colts here, and
Again, goes again with the Colts.
yeah, I know the Colts almost beat the Texans last week. I think if Joe Flacco would have started, they would have beaten the Texans. But I don't know. Just the Vikings curse. It's really hard to go away from that Vikings curse. It's a curse, really. Um, History always repeats itself. For y'all who don't know what I'm talking about, Vikings went 5-0 a couple seasons back, ended up losing 4 games straight, winning a game and then losing out and going like 6-10. Um, yeah, I'm gonna pick the Colts here. I think if I don't know, John. It's hard. These Lions, Packers one, and these Colts, Vikings, they really get to me. I don't know who to choose, but I'm gonna go with the Colts. I'm gonna go with Joe Flacco, and I'm gonna trust
Mm.
my.
I
Next,
like that pick. I like that pick.
next we have the Buccaneers versus the Chiefs. I'm going Chiefs, bro.
Yeah, I gotta play it safe. The Chiefs. I think maybe I pick the Bucks here if they have Mike Evans and Chris Godwin, but they don't. So sticking with the Chiefs here.
Narrowhead too. I'm kind of sick of these stupid Monday Night Footballs. John, do you know what next Thursday Night Football is?
Let me guess. The Bengals play.
Who do you think they play?
Who?
Baltimore Ravens. Heck of a game.
Oh,
I think we're all going to be tuning into that one.
I
Monday
would.
Night Football is Dolphins Rams. Heck of a game. Sunday Night Football Lions Texans. Heck of a game. So there's
Hey, teaming up right now. Teaming up.
yeah, it's looking good. We have three differential games. I chose the Dolphins, the Chargers, and the Colts, whilst you chose the Vikings, the Bills, and the Browns.
I think I go 2-1. I don't think anyone sweeps. I don't think anyone sweeps.
I don't think there is a world where anybody sweeps either. Amen.
Hey,
Anyway,
yes, sir.
thank you for watching All Sports Takes Week 9 predictions, and we will see you for the Bengals Ravens Thursday Night Football prediction.
Deuces.